Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to episode 14 of Zero Fights Aliens in Xenonauts. So, we are about to take on our first UFO that is not a light scout. So, let's begin with our usual check to the flanks, just to make sure we aren't being, well, flanked by anything. Looks okay so far. And best yet, I think we're on a map I don't recognize, which is always nice. I mean, I like playing on maps I don't recognize because it means I can't just fall back on a known strategy. I have to come up with a strategy, which I really like. So we're going to start this by just kind of moving down the road. It's because that seems like it's going to be the easiest way for the scout car to go. Over the log. So far, nothing. Alright, we're not gonna go any further than that. We don't want to get too far ahead of the rest of our soldiers. Speaking of, let's start moving them up. We'll get somebody watching down that laneway there, just so we can't get flanked from over there. Let's get somebody kind of behind this rock, so if something does come up from this round, or from this direction, sorry, they'll have protection, and then they'll have this hedge in front of them, which, granted, is not the most amazing level of protection in the world, but at least it's something. We're going to leave the Rocketeer on the ship for right now. She can move up here to help watch this direction, and the ship will protect her from anything that might come from this direction. Kind of move him down here as well. And then our sniper will move to the edge of the ramp without actually stepping outside to hopefully help us next turn if we see anything. Okay, and we see a classic, bit of strategy building, the events that I used to help me build my strategy. And that is, we didn't expect an alien to be inside the building here, and he came out and could have killed one of our soldiers. We got very lucky there. Alright, now we want to try to get a shot on this civilian without shooting the civilian. Let's maybe take another move forward if we can. Alright, and that takes him out. So that's one down, and we know that we're up against the lizard people. So, let me see, what would be the best way to move now? Okay, I want to move somebody into this building to make sure that he was the only one. I don't know at what point they start traveling in groups, but I imagine that we'll see that before too long. Move you there. We'll start moving people up down this way. Get him facing this way. Our sniper is good. That civilian, if you just want to stay on the dropship, you're more than welcome. I mean, I don't really care if you die or not, but I'd prefer if you lived. Alright, we're going to get this guy facing down this way, just so we can see anything that happens to come from that direction. We'll keep these two watching. Actually, let's move him up this way. And he can use the scout car for cover, and then Miss Williams can come up here to take his position, to continue watching down here, so that way we get a little bit more forward movement than if we had just stayed still. I still want to leave our two heavy weapons people on the ship. By heavy weapons, I just basically mean anybody that isn't a rifleman. Where's she? Oh, shoot, I've been using her like a rifleman, because she was in the armor. That was a mistake on my part. Alright, I'll have to correct that next turn. I hear Sibilan's dying out there, which is definitely handy. It means we got some rip-roaring rednecks with shotguns. Sounded like they were far away, though. So I'm going to go ahead and keep moving down here. Move out past this hedge. Take a look. So he's still alive. That's something, at least. Move a little bit further. Alright, so nothing yet. I'm just going to move him a little bit past that hedge so that he can't get shot from a random direction. Alright, now, where do we want to establish our zone of control? Well, we have this guy, which definitely makes the suppression thing a bit easier. We could... let me think. We could bring her out here, say to here, to kind of help project our power down along this way. It would also keep her safe should we get something coming up from this direction. But we really already have this guy. Then again, you can't really, you know, have too little firepower when dealing with Sebulans. They don't tend to die easy. We're going to go ahead and move this guy. Let me see. If I move him here, he's got protection from this direction, but could very easily be shot from down here, which I don't like. If I move him here, then it's kind of the opposite's true. But an alien could potentially have have a much longer shot if he shoots from up here, because we've already checked this area and we know that, at least for the time being, there are no aliens up here. They could be inside this building and open the door to pop out, but we do need to move forward. And then hopefully we can be waiting for them should they decide that they want to pop the doors open on us. Speaking of, though, I do want to send somebody around in here, a rifleman this time, so that they can continue to watch up here, just in case we get anybody coming from this direction. And moving Victoria down here, kind of for the same idea. She should be safe from anything from up here. Now I believe it's time that we need to start moving our heavy weapons support forward. Unfortunately, this guy with a shotgun is kind of right where I'd want to put my sniper. So I'm going to have to move him a step to the side, which means his firing lanes aren't going to be as good. Then our Rocketeer can kind of run up here to be beside the heavy weapons officer. Ahaha. See? I knew it. We're getting very lucky here. But, I mean, I say we're getting very lucky, but I had kind of previously mentioned the reason why we were guarding this side rather than this side. So, he can't see him from there. I need you to kind of come up here. There you are. Can I hit you? 18% chance per shot. It didn't suppress. That's a shame. Let me see if you take a step out. Alright, that's got the suppression. Uh-oh. Alright, so we definitely need this guy to die this turn, because I made a mistake. Either that or we could try to gas him. Do we have anybody with a frag grenade? Yes. Can you throw it at him? Yes, with a fairly good chance to hit. Alright, so you're going to be our last resort plan, just in case this doesn't go as well as I'm hoping it will. So let's move this guy kind of out of the way. And at least far enough forward that this guy can get a shot without moving. Oh, shoot, the wall's in the way. Alright, so if you step out here, you get a decent shot. You can. I can use basically everything. Alright, awesome. Oh, and there's the UFO. Interesting to know. Let's move him back here. And get Miss Victoria back behind cover. She'll have to stay out there for one turn. Not much I can really do about that. Let's get our sniper where I wanted him to be anyway. Who have we not? Okay, you haven't moved yet. Let me see. Let's move you over into this little corner. You can't see anything out there anyway. Rocketeer hasn't moved, but that's okay. Alright. The things we've learned on this run-through of the mission is to definitely check out these buildings a little bit more than I have been, because the aliens like to use them. So let me see here. I don't know enough about this area over here to really know how I can assault the UFO, but I could potentially come up this way. Can the scout car run over the hay bales? No, it can't. Okay, we're going to continue moving this way and see if there's anything kind of down here that we need to worry about. If not, then we'll move up towards the UFO to hopefully take him down. Alright, nothing out this way. How far away is our map edge? Decently far enough. Map edge is right there on this one, so... And let's spin you around, see what we can see there. Okay, yeah, so we can bring the scout car kind of up this way. Alright, let's pull it back so it's not completely out in the open. Alright, now that we've already had something come from this direction, makes me wonder if I should potentially be... Alright, you know what? We'll bring this guy up over here. Face him out in this direction. He's blocked from this side, blocked from this side. So something would either have to come up here and run all the way down here to shoot him, which is unlikely. Come over from here to shoot him, which is possible, but he would have enough distance that that shot would be inaccurate. Or they would have to round this corner, which if they do, that's the one I want to shoot to hopefully try to kill it before it can. And that's why he's facing the direction he is. Now, with the whole zone of control idea, let's actually get Miss Victoria up here. Maybe she can take a look through this building. Alright, nobody in the building. Let me see, where would be a good place to stick her? I've kind of used up a few more of her time units than I really wanted to scout this building, but sometimes you have to do what you gotta do. I moved her... You know what? We'll stick her down here in this corner. And just hopefully won't have anything come down from here. Now, it's possible we will. I don't like where I've had to put her, ultimately, but... I don't like how open we are on this side. I'm almost kind of considering maybe I should pull back and send some soldiers down in this direction. Just to make sure that this is clear so I know that I've got nothing coming up from this direction. Alright. I've just convinced myself that that's a good idea. Right here. I'm not seeing anything so far. Alright. Bit of a fast move. But it gets her in position so that her and... I'll probably pull one of these two back to go down and take a look. Because the area is a bit too tight for my scout car. I can bring my scout car down along this line, so he's got an angle from this direction, while I bring my soldiers down this way. Alright, sniper. With that in mind, I'm going to bring my heavy weapons officer kind of over here, so that she's ready to kind of step out and start shooting. Rocketeer can move kind of where she was. Sniper is going to stay where he is for now. Alright, so we just saw a civilian move down here. That tells me something very important. We haven't been hearing any shots, and if there were aliens down here, we'd either be hearing shots, or the civilian would be dead. So that actually changes things. I know I've been hearing civilians dying as we've been going, so I'm kind of wondering if maybe they got stuck in, like, fire or something down here, or just met a whole bunch of civilians and they managed to kill them. Either way is very possible. Okay, I've made my decision then. We're going to start moving on the UFO. Because we know we have to take that, and even if the killing the aliens that are on the UFO doesn't end the mission, I would much rather not have to backtrack. Alright, so let's start moving our soldiers up this way to deal with it. She's going to move up here and just open the door to see if maybe there's anybody waiting for us in here. Nope. This would actually be a really good place to stick one of my heavy soldiers. Probably the Rocketeer right on this door. Open the door, get somebody else to open this door for him. Fire the stun rocket in, close the door, and wait. We're going to move her into this corner. Come on, turn this way. Good enough. So we're going to start moving our heavy Rocketeer up this way. Where can we put him? Alright, you go in this corner. That'll hopefully provide enough concealment. Oh no! Shh! We have another alien over there. That's not good. Alright, that changes things. Okay, so he's right over here somewhere. And we need to make sure that he can't kill anybody this turn. Okay, yeah, this definitely changes things. And I'm not sure how to deal with this situation at the moment. He's going to have to do two things. One of two things. He's either going to have to come down here. One of three things, actually. He's either going to have to come down here and attack my soldiers from this direction, which is most likely what he'll do, since he just saw my soldier run this way. The aliens don't have omniscience, you know, so he probably doesn't know about my soldier waiting here. If he does, I need to try to protect her somehow. So we're going to move him to here. That will hopefully help. See, he doesn't have the sight lines to really make use of that, so that's just not good. But he probably doesn't know she's there, so he's probably not going to come from here and then open the door and come in here to kill her. He's probably either going to come down here or come through here. If he comes down this way, I want to make sure that I have soldiers ready to take him out. So you're going to move back over behind the construction supplies here. Let's move her around these bushes here. I think that'll provide cover, yes? Yes, okay. So that way she can kind of pop out and shoot him. He can pop out and shoot him. You're kind of vulnerable where you are. Not much I can do about that, though. Try to get him out of sight as much as possible, I guess. You know what? Just crouch for now. Hopefully we won't lose you. Now, if he comes from this direction, I am kind of boned. Let's move the sniper around this way. He's not going to be much use if he comes out from this doorway, but at the very least we might be able to get a smoke grenade on him. Alright, this is going to be a very tense alien turn. What is he going to do? Okay, so we didn't see him move. So let's see if we can't maybe step out and see him. Not there. Where are you? Alright, we're gonna bring her down to step out this door to see if she can't see him. Oh, found him. Interesting. Okay. Alright, you're in a very awkward position. I wonder if I could shoot through the wall to potentially get him. Let's find out. Well, I shot through the wall. It didn't kill him. I don't have enough time units left to shoot him again. Damn. Alright, let's see. What's my next option then? Alright, I have a stun grenade here. I could potentially try... Nope, she doesn't have enough time units left to throw a grenade. Not even a stunner? Oh, you're just making my life difficult now. Alright, let's move her out here. See if maybe we can't get a shot on him. So we've got that thing in the way. There's no way she's going to be able to move close enough to get a stun grenade on him. Maybe we can get suppression. Yes, okay, perfect. What I wanted to see. Get her back behind cover. This gives us time to move our heavy weapons officer. Let me see, if I move her in there, he's going to see her move, so he'll know she'll be there. That's about as far as she can move. That doesn't seem like the greatest idea in the world, actually. If I moved her here instead... What about... okay, here we go. I can move her here. Next turn, she can just step out, shoot him. So he's either got to move... or... shoot. He's not really going to have enough time units to do both. Let's see if we can't maybe put a bit more damage on him before we end the turn. Or at the very least, get our people in position to do so next turn. So we move our sniper over here. He can hopefully take a step out and get a shot next turn. You are kind of in a bad position at the moment. We're going to run you back around over here. You keep an eye down that way, just in case we get any unfriendlies. We're going to move him up to... actually, we'll move him up to here. Oh, actually, no, that's not a good place for him to be. Shoot. If somebody steps out of that door, he could potentially die. I may have gotten you killed on your very first mission, Goat Fetish Bob. I'm sorry. I hope that doesn't happen. That was a tactical blunder on my part. No two ways about that. Move her back in there, close the door, so he can't just get a free shot at her that way. Let's see what happens. Okay, the luck continues. Let me see, if I shoot him like this, chances are I'm going to suppress my own soldier. We're going to have her step out. Oh yeah, I want to see... Okay, so he missed on the Hunter Scout car. That's good. You're going to see if we can't suppress him. And also take care of his cover, which I approve of. So he's suppressed, so Goat Fetish Bob is going to take a step out. Then after he's done, I want him to come back here, so... Let me see, I could do... Now we'll just go for a full shot there, then run back. Then our Hunter Scout car is going to shoot. Didn't manage to get any shots, but I'm glad I moved Goat Fetish where I did. You're going to step over here. And then I want you to kind of come back. So we're going to do that one. Away. And I want you to come back here so we can use 37. And you can step out this way. One more step. There we go. And we want you to step back this way after you're done so you can use 55. Oh, that was a burst fire. I didn't mean to do that. I should have switched her gun weapon over. Or her gun mode over, I should say. Alright, so unfortunately we didn't get a kill. Let's see if we can't move our Hunter Scout car out of the line of fire, though. Force him to move. At the very least, give it some cover. Alright, so he didn't do anything. Which is good. Let's move my Hunter Scout car back up this way. Shoot him. Oh, how did you get suppressed? Oh, that sucked. Alright. Let's see if we can't get some more damage. There we are. That's what I like to see. Okay. So now that that's done, let's continue on with the previous plan of moving our Rocketeer into position. to shoot into the UFO. Can our Hunter Scout car fit here? No, he's kind of stuck after he reaches this point. We could... Okay, we're going to move Goat Fetish. Let me see, this is the door. Where's the... Alright, you're going to move here. The car is going to move here. You can't move this turn. You can start hauling, but to get up here. Let's not leave you out of cover. Much as I'm pretty sure we're safe to move at this point. There's no sense in taking unnecessary risks. Let's move our sniper over here. So that he can start sniping into the UFO, hopefully. What's his line of fire going to be like? That hay bale is kind of right in the way, isn't it? Alright, we'll have to check that next turn. He doesn't have enough time units to move for me to check. Goat Fetish now appears to be under the UFO, which looks like it would hurt. You're going to crouch there and wait for backup. Alright, so we're going to move her... she doesn't really have a lot of movement thanks to that suppression. Alright, we're just going to move her to the door this turn. The Rocketeer will sit beside the door and then kind of move over when it's his turn. If you were to move here, what would your line of fire be like? Not great, actually. So you're actually going to move up to here. And hopefully that'll give you a bit of a better line of fire. Actually, if you were to step here... Yeah, you might be able to hit somebody. This is why I don't really like having too many snipers. You can... So more or less just planning to gas them, close the door, and laugh at them, essentially. Can you reload? Nope, not with that many time units left. But at the very least, I want to have people in position in case I need to do a little more. Alright, let's see. I want to move you... This is the door. I want to move you one back from it. You can't reach that this turn. I think you'd be okay moving to here. Famous last words. Alright. Let's get the Hunter Scout car looking this way so that we can use it for support should we need it. You can switch it over to your shotgun to get ready. Maybe we should actually think about hitting the shock batons on this one. You know what? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. We'll start off with the gas. Alright. All's quiet so far, it seems. So you're going to move over here to help. Actually, we want you to move a little bit further this way. You're going to come over here as well. And we're going to switch you over to your shotgun. Same with you. Move you in front of the door, close it, and let's get a stun gas rocket loaded. You need to reload as well. You're good where you are for right now. Alright, so next turn, we should be ready to open the door, fire the rocket, and hopefully get ourselves some incapacitated civilians. We're gonna actually... You. Turn this way, please. There we go. Alright. Now, since the rocket's gonna be coming from this direction, I want one of these guys to move up to open the door. Can I open the door from here? No, I'm gonna have to get nice and close to the door. Alright. You open the door for him. You... Where can I put this? Fire in the hole? Oh, that's not good. Oh, that's really not good. Ooh, survived with 1 health left, but he is bleeding. I need a med kit on him yesterday. You don't have a med kit anymore. Who still has med kit? Has a med kit. You don't. You don't. Oh, don't tell me I didn't bring a freaking med kit. The sniper does. Okay, you need to get as close to the sniper as you possibly can this turn. The sniper, I don't think he's going to have enough time units to... Oh no, he's not going to have enough time units to get to him and heal him. Alright, maybe we can bring you over. Open the door. You can't move anymore. You don't have a med kit. Yeah, the sniper's the only one with a med kit. How did I screw that up this badly? Okay, we need to try, at least try. I don't think we're going to be able to. Did it work? Yes! We saved him! Oh, that was so close. Alright. Mr. Dimitris, you are a lucky, lucky man. You go back up here and close that door, just in case the civilians decide to come rushing out. You get out of the gas, because it's probably not good for you. You move to where he was. You people are going to keep as many time units as you can. Let's see if we can't gas some aliens. We're going to turn you so you're kind of facing in the right way and ready to fire. You're going to do a bit more healing here. Okay, so we've got him back up to full health. We're going to get him to reload his stun gas rocket in case we need it again. Get the sniper back over here. You are pretty much done this mission, my friend. You go hide in the corner. Okay, we want a rifleman to have as much time units left as possible in case they do decide to come running out. And there we go. Awesome. So, what do we have here? Goat Fetish, you got a Order of Gallantry, +1 Bravery. Order for the elimination of 5 extraterrestrials in combat. So Dimitris is only out for 13 days since he didn't technically go down. He was brought down to 1 hit point. We got our scout data core, we got a civilian guard captured alive. All the local forces survived. All the Xenonauts and our vehicles survived. All the aliens are dead. And we were coming home with $58,000. All in all, a pretty damn good mission, if I do say so myself. So thank you guys very much for watching, and so long.